Most people do not fail because they are untalented. They fail because they stop too soon. They begin with excitement. They make plans at night. They promise themselves a better future. But when life becomes difficult, their discipline disappears. Many people want success. Many want confidence, peace, money, or better communication skills. But very few are willing to give just one focused hour every day to improve themselves. Some wait for the perfect time. Others search for shortcuts. But life changes differently. Small actions repeated daily become powerful over time. 1 hour may feel small today, but after months and years, it can completely transform a human being. This is the story of a poor roadside food seller who changed his entire future with one notebook and one quiet hour every night. This story will not only teach you an important life lesson, but it will also help improve your English listening and understanding skills. In a peaceful village surrounded by rivers, green trees, and dusty roads, there lived a man named Rahim. Every morning before sunrise, Rahim opened his tiny snack shop near the bus station. The air was cold. Morning fog covered the empty roads. Birds sang softly from bamboo trees. The village was calm and simple. Farmers walked slowly toward the fields. Children laughed near the riverbanks. And beside the old road stood Rahim's small shop made from wood and tin sheets. Every day he sold tea, bread, bananas, and fried snacks to travelers and workers. Rahim was only 29 years old, but stress made him look much older. His hands were rough from hard work. His clothes were clean but faded. Every night after working almost 14 hours, he counted his small earnings silently. But no matter how hard he worked, his life never improved. Some customers ignored him. Some rich people spoke to him disrespectfully. And deep inside, Rahim started believing that maybe his future would never change. One stormy evening, heavy rain fell across the village roads. Rahim sat alone inside his shop after closing time. Water dripped through the broken roof corners. He looked at his small money box and whispered, "Is this really my whole life?" At that moment, an elderly traveler entered the shop. He wore simple white clothes and carried an old shoulder bag. His beard was gray. His eyes looked calm and intelligent. "1 cup of tea, please," the old man said gently. Rahim prepared the tea quietly. The traveler noticed sadness on his face. "You look tired," he said. Rahim smiled weakly. "Working every day feels meaningless when nothing changes." The old man stayed silent for a few seconds. Then he asked, "Do you study anything?" Rahim laughed softly. "Poor people do not have time to study." The old man looked directly into his eyes. "Poor people cannot afford not to study." Those words entered Rahim's mind deeply. Before leaving, the traveler opened his bag and handed Rahim a small notebook. "Read 1 page every night," he said. "Not 10 pages, not 1 chapter, just 1 page daily." Rahim looked confused. How can 1 page change a life? The old man smiled gently. "1 drop fills a river slowly. 1 step finishes a long journey. 1 page can change the way a person thinks." Then he disappeared into the rain. That night, after cleaning his shop, Rahim opened a notebook. The pages were old. The writing was simple, but the ideas were powerful. The first sentence said, "Your future changes when your daily habits change." Rahim read only 1 page because he was exhausted. But before sleeping, he kept thinking about those words. The next night, he read another page, then another. Days slowly became weeks. Every night after closing the shop, Rahim sat under a small lamp and studied quietly for 1 hour. Sometimes he read very slowly because his English was weak. Sometimes he repeated the same line many times, but he never skipped a day. Soon the villagers noticed him. Some people laughed. "Rahim wants to become a professor now." Others said, "Books cannot feed hungry people." Teenage boys mocked him while passing the shop at night. But Rahim stayed silent. Deep inside, he realized something important. People often laugh at discipline because they cannot control themselves. Months passed. Slowly, the notebook changed Rahim's thinking. Earlier, he only worked physically. Now, he started thinking carefully too. He learned about patience, communication, saving money, emotional control, and daily habits. He learned how successful people think differently. One day, an angry customer shouted because tea was late. Earlier, Rahim would argue back, but now he stayed calm. Another day, a worried farmer shared his business problems. Rahim gave him simple advice from what he'd learned. The farmer became surprised by his wisdom. Slowly, people began respecting him, not because he became rich, because he became different. One winter night, Rahim read a sentence that changed him deeply. Small daily improvements create big life changes. He closed the notebook slowly. For years, he wanted instant success. Now he understood the truth. Big success hides inside small, repeated actions. The next morning, Rahim started improving his shop little by little. He cleaned the place better. He spoke politely with every customer. He learned simple English sentences and practiced them daily. He stopped wasting time gossiping. Most importantly, he protected his 1-hour habit like treasure. Years passed quietly. The village changed slowly too. More buses arrived. More travelers passed the road. But Rahim was no longer the same poor shopkeeper. His small shop became one of the most respected places in the area. People enjoyed sitting there because Rahim spoke calmly and thoughtfully. One evening, Rahim placed a small bookshelf beside his shop. He filled it with old newspapers, notebooks, and secondhand books. Again, people laughed. A roadside seller opening a reading corner? Ridiculous. But Rahim ignored them because now he understood another truth. People who never improve themselves often criticize those who do. Slowly, children started gathering there after school. Workers read newspapers before going home. Young students practiced English together. The small reading corner slowly became the heart of the village. Years later, Rahim expanded his tiny shop into a peaceful roadside cafe near the highway. Travelers from different cities stopped there regularly. Some people came only to meet the wise man who once sold tea beside the dusty road. But the most beautiful part was this. Rahim never stopped his 1-hour habit. Even after becoming successful, every night he still sat quietly with a notebook because success did not build him. Consistency built him. One summer evening, Rahim noticed a tired young man sitting silently outside the cafe. The boy looked hopeless. Rahim offered him tea and asked softly, "What troubles you?" The young man sighed. "I want to change my life, but nothing works." Rahim smiled gently. "Tell me honestly, how many focused hours do you give daily to your future?" The boy stayed silent. Rahim continued, "Most people want results without routine, confidence without practice, success without patience, change without discipline." Then Rahim walked inside and returned with an old notebook. It was the same notebook the traveler had once given him years ago. Rahim handed it to the young man. "Read 1 page every night." The boy looked confused. "Only 1 page?" Rahim smiled softly. 1 page daily can quietly defeat years of failure. The evening wind moved gently through the peaceful village. Birds crossed the orange sky, and Rahim watched silently with grateful eyes, because he finally understood something most people never learn. Your future is not created in one dramatic moment. It is created through small daily actions nobody notices. It is built when you continue after losing motivation. It is built when you improve quietly while others waste time. And sometimes, 1 focused hour daily is enough to change an entire life. If this story touched your heart, remember this lesson forever. Consistency is more powerful than motivation. Motivation starts the journey. Discipline finishes it. Improve quietly. Learn daily. Stay patient. And one day, your small habits will build the future you once dreamed about.
If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. You can encourage me. Please comment. Thank you for subscribing.